Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel, Abundant Life Tarot. I'm Kim, if you don't know. And now we're going to explore my top 10 Spring 2022 tarot decks that I plan to use, incorporate into my practice, dive into this next spring. So if you are curious to know which decks I feel like are very spring inspired, stay tuned. We're back. All right, so if you haven't already done so, check out my top oracle decks for spring 2022 video. The link will be in the description box, and I explored or showed or shared some of my top oracle decks that I plan to use this spring. Now we're going to look at the tarot decks, and I'm excited about that, and I will try to speed it up and not be so lost in my cards as I get when I start looking at all these decks here. So let's get right to it. I have my list. And oh, I forgot to mention this in the oracle video because I recorded the oracle one first. What I will do, so I don't have spoiler alerts for the video, is if I have an unboxing or a deck flip through or a deck in focus, as I like to call them, if I have a video, I'll put it there, but I won't say the name of the deck. I will just simply put the link. So there's no spoiler alerts for those who want to watch this video and not catching it right when I've recorded it. All right, enough housekeeping. Let's get to it. So the first deck that I want to talk about is my Luna Soul Tarot. The Luna Soul Tarot. And for some people, I think they associate this deck with a different season. I, for some reason, feel very much called to use it in the spring and always have since I got it. So I have the first edition. Here's a little booklet here. And I think the second edition is borderless, or not second edition. Whichever edition is out now is borderless. But that's okay. I don't mind. I like the way it shuffles. And I actually, this used to be one of my workhorse decks, believe it or not. I think I might have to bring her on back in. Here are the card backs. Love that. Here's the 10 of Cups. Isn't that pretty? I'm trying to get it without, hopefully not a glare this time, like in the other video. Page of Cups. I love the color palette in this deck. So soothing, but it's fully illustrated. So if you're not too comfortable with working with tarot, this is the deck you want to go to. This is Queen of Swords. This is the one you want to pull because there's symbols in here that you can really look at and grasp onto. But it just, I don't know. And it's super accurate. When I read with this deck, I've had some of the best readings with it because, I don't know, highly resonant. Here's the Hanged One, not the Hanged Man, but the Hanged One. The Moon. Wow. Pretty sure I did an unboxing of this deck. Check out the description box for unboxings. They will be in the order in which I am discussing these particular decks. So if you're like, for the Luna Soul, was there an unboxing? It'll be deck number 1. Why? Because it's the first deck I'm discussing. Here's 7 of Cups. He is awash in choices. I like that. Can you see that? Yes. And one more. The Death card, because you got to show the Death card. All right, so that's the Luna Soul Tarot. Let's move on. Try to put these over here. I'll put them in their boxes in a moment. The next one is This might, oh, it's upside down. This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. And the Luna Soul Tarot, just so you know, is by, before I move on. Okay. What is going on? Well, the images are by Mike Medaglia. Liminal 11 is who published it. I don't know. It's not Mike. Yeah, he's also the creator of the deck. Yay. Thanks, Mike. All right. Next up is This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. Love this deck. This was also another workhorse deck when it came into my collection. So, yeah. I think what ended up happening is that I just started getting kind of lazy and just relying on the Lightseers Tarot for my readings, my client readings. But I used to use both of these, both the Luna Soul and this deck in client readings. But like, here is the card backs, the edging that's roughed up because why? It was a workhorse deck. So there's that. What's going on here? Why is some of them all turned around? You see this nonsense? All right, so here's the edging. It was pretty at one point. Now it's all kind of beat up. Oh, well. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. I just adore this deck. I am excited to get back to working with it again. Seven of Cups. Three of Wands. She handled her Kickstarter so professionally. I was so impressed from start to finish on the creation of this deck to the execution of her Kickstarter and delivering on the decks just superbly. I am a fan. I'm a fan. A fan of the artwork, a fan of the coloring, because she actually enlisted the help of someone who helped with the colors and creating the colors. She did the actual line drawing. But yeah, here we go. Ten of Pentacles. Look at Ten of Pentacles. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I think the next client reading, I'm just going to use this one. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, it's Pentacles. Let me see if I have any others. Here's the Fool. Here's Two of Cups. Love, love, love the Two of Cups. Oh, I love that so much. So much. They even have, looks like Starbucks cups in their hands as they hold each other and embrace each other. Okay. Here's the Knight of Wands. The Magician. And the lovely Nine of Pentacles. Look at it. Now, I'm going to show you guys, I keep messing with my nose, sorry. I want to show you guys the Three of Swords. And then I want to show you the Ten of Cups. Three of Swords is a little brutal, but, you know. There you go. Sorry, I should have did like a trigger warning. But then, we have Ten of Cups. Isn't that sweet? That's sweet. And finally, we have Judgment. And then Queen of Swords. I'm sorry. I could go on and on with these images. Six of Cups. But I'll stop. I'll stop for time's sake. And here's the chunky guidebook. Okay. All right. Moving along, trying to stay the course. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this in the next client reading that I get because I'm feeling it. This is why these videos are so important to do, because then I remember the decks that I loved and adored so much that I forgot and they just kind of fell by the wayside. This is why these videos are really helpful for me. Okay, so next one is Chris Ann's The Muse Tarot. I had the indie version, but I ended up selling it to kind of shrink my collection down. And in retrospect, I'm like, maybe I should have kept that one because I probably would use it more, because I baby this one a lot to the point that I don't hardly use it. But, you know, this is the indie version. It's just so, I remember when she was creating this box and I was super excited. I just love it, love it, love it. Actually, hold on guys, let me show you something. I forgot, I should show you this. And then I have the Luscious guidebook that comes with it. We were fortunate, look at this. We were fortunate to be able to pick our covers because she published through Blurb, I believe. And there was 4 different covers we could choose from, and I chose this one. So, and then if you go to www.themusetarot.com, she has field notes, all these different goodies, card meanings associated with the Muse Tarot. So she just thought of everything when she was creating this deck. So let me show you. And I feel like it's very spring-like, and I really want to, and probably summertime too. And I really want to start using it because I don't use it. And I'm really trying to get in the habit of using these decks. Look at that gilding. There's the Knight of Materials. Is it stuck on it? Or is it just that thick? It might just be that thick. Knight of Materials. Oh, the moon. So pretty. Feels so good in my hands. The Muse of Voices. Voices, I believe, are air, right? And it's this way versus this way. Here's Queen of Inspiration. Two of Materials. Materials would be like coins. Love that. Oh, I love, 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 love. Queen of Emotions. So this might be one that shows up in my video for the summertime decks. I don't know, because it feels very summertime to me as well. But when I saw the gilding and just the feel of the flowers, it felt very spring-like to me. Here is the Devil. All right, look at 7 of Voices. All these little foxes everywhere. Can you see all the foxes? So remember, guys, leave me a comment below if there's, a question you have about the decks, or if there was a deck that I didn't do an unboxing or flip through, or a deck in focus. Please let me know if you would like me to do one, and I'll do a quick little flip through. It won't be fancy, but I'll do a full flip through of the deck if I haven't already. Look at Queen of Materials. We'll show you one more. The Tower. And I know for a fact I did an unboxing of this one because I was so excited when it came. Because I backed this deck at the same time that I backed the Light Seers Tarot. So I know I did do an unboxing. All right, let's move on because I have a few more to go through, and I don't want to make this video entirely super duper long. All right. Okay. What do I have next? Oh, this one. The Way Home Tarot. Okay. The guidebook on this one I have on my Kindle because I think it's What the F Tarot is the actual associated book to this deck. So yeah, it's on my Kindle or it's on Nook, one of the two. I have a Nook and a Kindle. Anyways, here we go. Let me show you. Here's the card backs. Feels very spring-like to me. Here is the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, doesn't even do it justice. I used to use this deck a lot as well. Not as much as like This Might Hurt or the Luna Soul. And you can tell I beat up the Luna Soul and the This Might Hurt one. But I did get this deck at a time when I was starting to like go through some immense changes in my life, temperance. So I didn't get a chance to really connect with it like I wanted to. 2 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Okay. I'm going to show you the Death card, but this is a trigger alert. I'm sorry, you guys. It is a trigger alert. Look away for a moment. This is the Death card. Now you can look back. Here is Daughter of Wands. I like the white space in this deck. Oh, I'm loving the Father of Swords. The little, what do you call them, the windmills. Here's 10 of Wands. It is a little, like the minors are they feel pippish, but I don't mind that. Here's 2 of Swords. Okay. I'm going to stop here because I'm pretty sure I did an unboxing of this deck, a full walkthrough. So check it out. And for time's sake, I need to move on. Okay. Put you there. Next up. This is one I'm hoping to get to know more. And it feels spring-like to me, but I don't know it as well as I'd like. I used it a couple of times last month, just I think once in a professional client reading and then a couple of times for readings for myself. And it was spot on, but I don't really know it yet. So there's that. Here is Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrine Wells-Stein. U.S. Games. And it's glossy and gilded in silver. And here's the card backs. I actually really like this deck. I just don't know it enough yet. So yeah, but it worked beautifully in a client reading and I was pleasantly surprised. And it feels very spring-like to me. That was the Hanged Man. Here's the Emperor. Trying not to get all these glare. Since it's glossy, it's kind of hard. I won't hold the gloss against it. Let's see. King of Wands. Here's Justice. Very, very whimsical, you know. Very Wheel of Fortune. I love the Empress. Look, she has a little fetus amongst all those flowers. Here's Knight of Wands. Pretty. All right, I'm going to move on. Oh, one more. Page of Wands. Oh, no, and I got to show you one more. 7 of Swords. Definitely check out the unboxing of this deck. I think I did too. The Knight of Pentacles. Gorgeous too, as well as the Page of Swords. Oh, check it out. Check out the walkthrough so that way you can see. And here, there is a cool little guidebook that comes with it. U.S. Games. So I'm pretty sure it's available. It's not out of print, as far as I know. Okay. What up next? Oh, now this is a good one. This is the Herb Crafter's Tarot. I talked a lot about this one on my channel. Why? Because it was my first, was it my first? Yes, my first tarot study deck. And for those of you who know, I host a tarot study primarily now in the Facebook group, Abundant Life Tarot group. But every now and then I will do a bunch of videos here on the channel to support that tarot study. So all you have to do is do a search of Herb Crafter's Tarot and you're going to see a ton of videos for this deck on my channel, just so you know. So in case you're like, man, I wanted to see more, well, don't worry. I got you covered. And you can join the Facebook group and you can see all the little bits and bobs that I did. I even created a friendship spread that actually came in handy. And just so you know, with that friendship spread, that was for a real life friendship issue I was experiencing. And I'm happy to say that my friend and I are in a much, much better space. Yay. Okay, the Herb Crafters Tarot, written by Letitia Guthrie, artwork by Joanna Powell-Colbert. I adore Joanna's The Gaian Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. That one's probably more, I got to put that as my summertime deck, but this is my springtime deck. Here we go. Great guidebook. I'm not going to go into it, but like I said, the Herb Crafters Tarot study videos, you will understand why I think it's an amazing guidebook, why I chose it to be a tarot study deck. Here are the backs. Here's the Hierophant, Cacao. I had some profound readings with this deck, and I'm excited to refamiliarize myself with it. Here's Seven of Fire, Cinnamon. Two of Fire, Bee Balm. Six of Air, Cattails. Can you see that? Trying to get it where it focuses. Eight of Air, Licorice. I cannot stand licorice. Cannot stand it. I can't stand the candy. That's probably what turned me off to licorice. Period. Is a nasty little, and I'm sorry if I'm offending people who really like licorice, but oh my gosh, the vines, the little licorice vines, they're like the red ones, but not. Oh God, yuck. Nine of Water. Oh, it's peach. This is such a special deck. And you will understand why if you watch some of my videos for the tarot study. It's a powerful deck. It's like super specific with the Herb Crafters Tarot. It's not traditional by any stretch, but there are some aspects to it that totally makes sense. I mean, it just is a brilliant deck to me, and I'm very happy it's still in my collection. And I think it was the tarot study that helped me to really fall in love with this deck even more, because I was a little intimidated by it before I really started to work with it in deep dive. And I invite you all to join the tarot study that we've got going on right now. I'm recording this video March 7th, 2022, and we are currently working on the Light Seers Tarot as our deep dive deck for the next 6 weeks. But it is an evergreen tarot study, so just know that. You can join at any time for any of the decks that we've featured. All right, enough of the plug for our tarot study. It is free to join, by the way, totally. All right, so this is a beautiful one. I did a few readings last month with it, and a dear friend made it and sent it to me. I mean, she's my dear friend, social media friend. How about that? Because I haven't met her face to face. But sometimes I feel more like you guys are more dear to me than the people, like the friends or the people I know, the acquaintances I know in person in real life. Does that make sense? This is the Naturescapes Tarot. Okay. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. I had some beautiful readings with it last month. I would use it in client readings. I think it would be just fine. But I think that sometimes when I'm doing readings for clients, I want them to be able to kind of pick up on themes. And this might be something that they may not quite understand. And some of my clients are readers, so I could totally use this deck with them. But this deck is more for my introspection, if that makes any sense. Here's the Knight of Pentacles. I am such a fan of real life imagery in my decks, whether it's tarot or oracle. Here's Six of Pentacles. I make my own oracle decks that I use for my client readings, and they're all like they're stock photos or photos that I've taken. And it's nice to have a tarot deck that goes with it. So she's actually made some decks. I'm pretty sure I did a flip through, I hope, of this deck. And if not, I have, and maybe have not published it yet. So if this is one you want to do a full flip through or you want to see one, let me know and I'll check my little arsenal of unpublished videos. Because I might have. If I didn't, I'm pretty sure I did. You know how this goes. When you have so many videos, I was Queen of Cups, by the way. When you have so many videos after a while, it's just really hard to keep track of what you've recorded. That is the Six of Swords. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so I love this deck. I pulled it out last month. Had some beautiful readings with it for myself. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to work with you more. Got you in your little bag. All right, so next up, I know for a fact I did an unboxing of this one because this deck, the Good Karma Tarot, came in during a time where I wasn't really buying a lot of decks for myself. So I couldn't wait to share with you guys the deck because they were few and far between at that point. All right, so we got the Good Karma Tarot, and Carrie Ward is the creator. Illustrated by Amy Blackwell. What is that? It's a feather. Piece of a feather. I keep it in this little bag because the box is so difficult to get out because it doesn't have the little thumb spaces or whatever, so you can easily take it off. But I do like the box, so I kept it. But here is the backs. They are glossy, but they still give me jumping cards. And I really, really like this deck. I cannot wait to get back to working with it more. The Hermit. Client readings especially. Knight of Swords. Two of Wands. If you're new to reading cards, this is a great one to work with. Okay. Here's Three of Cups. And it has an amazing guidebook that I keep separately as well on my shelf to consult and work with. It's an amazing guidebook, actually. Ten of Coins. So, yeah. Four of Wands. Isn't that beautiful? And Justice. Justice. Four of Swords. The Emperor. Knight of Coins. King of Swords. I'll stop at King of Swords. Definitely check out my unboxing of this amazing deck. I really do enjoy reading with it for both client readings and readings for myself. Okay? All right. Two more. This one is the Victorian Romantic Tarot. This one is by Alex Ukalov and Karen Mahoney. This was gifted to me by a beautiful soul. You know who you are. Thank you. And I wanted this deck for so long, and this particular edition for so long. And it was so it just touched my soul that someone would give this to me. Like, you just don't even know. I'm still just amazed. Like, someone commented on a video that I discussed this deck. I discussed this deck a lot back in the day. And I watched the video yesterday because I was like, I was kind of curious, like, what was I talking about in that video? Because they commented, and it drew me to that video. And then I was like, I was gushing about how this beautiful person gifted me this deck. And yeah, it's amazing. Look at the backs. Here's Three of Pentacles. I cannot wait to use this deck and get lost in the imagery. I have to admit, I do kind of pamper this deck. I do pamper it because it's a Baba Studios deck, and it usually is out of print. I think it's out of print now, the Hanged Man, and it's gorgeous. Look at that. You see that, the gleam of the, oh my gosh. Look at the Two of Cups. in love with it. I'm in love with this deck. It's like, I want to use it in romance readings, obviously, but I have a feeling it would really work well in career readings, honestly. There's certain things that I'll look for in decks that'll kind of speak to me and say, I think you're going to work well in this type of reading. And my intuition is usually spot on that. And I do have spreads that help me to ask a deck, what type of readings are you called to work with? Here's the Sun. Super spring-like to me. Let me see if there's any other ones. I love the Moon card. Trying to get the hint of the little shininess, the luminosity of it all. There's Strength. And then one more, we'll show you the Eight of Cups. Okay. And so, yeah, this deck is amazing. Amazing. And so I'm going to get over my fear of damaging it and start using it more and stop treating it like this. I mean, I'm not going to stop treating it like it's an amazing collector's item, because it is. But I do want to use it more, because when I first knew about it and learned about this deck many years ago, I was like, I want that deck. I wanted it to go with my Doreen Virtues, the Romance Angels Oracle, which freaking reminds me I need to ask my parents in the States if they've seen it. My Romance Angels Oracle is missing. I have the box, but I don't have the deck. Like, what did I do when I was there? I don't even know. So, but then I stopped using that deck, the Romance Angels. And so I was like, well, I can use this. I have other oracles I can use with this one, or it'd make a great standalone reader. Last but not least is the Cosmic Tarot. This is the AGM Urania version by Norbert Losch. And I have this deck, and I've had it a while, as you see with this box, but I don't really know it well. And I have like two separate guidebooks that go with it. And what I was hoping to do at some point in the future is to do a tarot study with it, because I would really like to get to know it more. I love when I see other people working with it. I've seen people have it, like they beat it up. But mine's isn't beat up. It's actually, the box is a little on the beat up side, but the deck itself is actually quite new. The Lovers. I don't know why I haven't taken to it yet, but I'm hoping that changes this year. Some people, and the reason I'm hoping is because I've seen people use this deck in readings online, and I'm super impressed, super duper impressed by it. Here's Six of Cups. I think I've done an unboxing. If not, let me know. Eight of Cups. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Wait, is the Devil card somewhere? Because I really like the Devil card in this deck. Ah, there you are. There you are. So, yeah, guys, I am going to try to get to know this deck a bit more this season, this year even, and not force myself. I don't like to force myself to do anything if I don't have to. But to really try to incorporate it in some readings and see how I get along with it. Here's Two of Cups. And maybe I need to do a new deck interview to see how I need to work with it. Give that a try to see what readings it's really called to be worked with. So that could be part of the issue as well. I'm just maybe trying to use it in a way that it's just not trying to work with me in that way. So that's it. That's all. That is my 10 tarot decks for the spring of 2022 edition. I have already set a calendar reminder for myself to remember to do a summertime deck, listing of the ones that I plan to work with for that season. So keep a lookout for that. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching. Please, please, if you really enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It does help me. It helps the channel. It helps for those who are wanting some deck recommendations to find me and find this channel, because I do have a lot of decks that I can share with you all. So yeah, thank you. Thank you all for the support, for watching these videos. Let me know if there's any other types of videos you'd like me to record. I can't make any promises that I'll make them right away, but I do take note of these video ideas that you give, and I will prioritize unboxings and flip throughs if you like. But I do make a list of them. I keep a spreadsheet, of course I do, of your deck recommendations, or not deck recommendations, your video recommendations you'd like me to record in the future. And that way I can look at that list and then just go down that list and make the videos. All right, guys. Much, much love to all of you. Please take very good care of yourselves and your loved ones. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.